uh, you will be coming out of shampoo. The doll will not be draped. Your first step is going to be your draping, neck strip and cape, no towel. Okay? You're not supposed to be using a towel for haircuts. Okay? I see it all the time, and it's incorrect. Then they want you to section the doll. The standard textbook method for sectioning for a 90-degree cut is the 5-section method. Okay? So that would be top, left side, right side, and split the back in half. Okay? So that's what I'm going to do here. Top. You can get closer if you need to.
I zoomed in.
Right side, left side, and split the back in half. As you get ready to clip up your last back section, start dropping your perimeter. Okay? Drop about a 1/4 of an inch. Okay? Thick enough where you'll be able to see your guideline, but not so thick that it's going to mess up your layers. Okay? Because it's 90-degree layered haircut, so you're going to have tons of layers. Okay? See how fast I'm doing this. You got to be quick about your sectioning. Get it done. Don't stress over a hair being a little cattywampers out of the parting. It's not going to make a big hill of beans of difference. Okay? In other words, it's okay if the partings are not real straight and clean, as long as you got the general area sectioned off. Because it's a round haircut, it's not going to matter in the long run. This is also called round layers, because the haircut's round when you're done. Notice I didn't bother laying down any of those clips. I just used another part of the head to stick them to while I was busy taking out the perimeter. It's faster that way. You're not laying things down and picking them up. All of that costs you time. By the time you're done, you just wasted a full minute. That could have been the minute that you were EPAing and sanitizing your hands. Okay? If you run out of time on your haircut, you're gonna lose at least 6 points on procedure and most of your sanitation points. Okay? So you lose more than half of all your points, and then some, if you don't finish on time. So you need to find shortcuts to be able to get through the haircut as quickly as possible and cut it as well as you can. Okay? If you happen to cut it a little uneven, a little place here and there is not balanced, not even and balanced, the most you can lose is 3 points. Okay? Whereas if you don't finish in time, you're going to lose most of your points, which can cost you your exam. Okay? So finish on time. Get fast. If you can't section the doll that fast within 5 minutes, you need to practice it so you can. And practice as often as possible. Okay? Every chance you get, you section that doll. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
How much time do we get for the haircut?
40 minutes. 40 minutes to unpack your bag, set everything up, pardon me, drape your doll, section your doll, and then you can begin your cut. Okay? So that's why I say you gotta be sectioned within 5 minutes. It's gonna take you 3 minutes to unpack your stuff, get it all set up, and get her draped. Okay? So, you need to be fast. Okay? And just be about your business. Okay? Now, for the cut, what I like to do, okay, initially, you're going to cut this perimeter with a razor. Okay, I'm going to borrow your razor, but I'm only going to use the back end of it. Okay, does everyone know how to cut with this, by the way?
I have not done.
You haven't? Okay, come here.
On Mr. Leary's class, I did once, that's it.
Okay. Okay. You're going to pull that hair down here. Okay, figure out how many inches long it is. Okay, oh, the wrong color, sorry. Okay, whenever you're not cutting the hair, that blade has to be turned away from the head, back towards you. Okay? Okay, let's figure out how long this hair is now. Right now, it's at, where's your numbers? Oh, there they are. Boy, yeah, about 6 inches, okay? Which is a really good length to keep it, okay? So I don't want to cut any hair off. I'm going to even this part out right here, okay? You can either cut in like this. See? If you hold the blade at a 45-degree angle to the hair, here it's just about straight on. See? Like that. It pulls it off. Or you can cut over your fingers like so. Okay? You hold it at 45-degree angle and push. Let me find a long piece. Here you go. This is way more than 6 inches. Okay? Here we go. So I'm going to cut off that piece, okay? Right there. See, it comes off just like a hot knife going through butter. Okay? Hold it at a 45-degree angle and press. It's kind of a scooping motion, like this. Okay? So you're going to cut your entire perimeter, say, to 6 inches. Okay? So you're going to finish your perimeter. Okay? Don't cut the back again, because then you're going to get a lot shorter. Okay? And you won't have time for another mock board. You won't have any hair left. Okay? So, if this is it, actually it's at 5.5. That's it, yeah, 5.5 inches. Okay? So everything is going to be cut to 5.5 inches. Here behind the ear, you're going to hold it out this way. Okay? Bring it out to 5.5 inches. Okay? Or whatever your number is. If you cut the hair in the nape to 5.5 inches or 5 inches or 6 inches or 7 inches, whatever number it is, however many inches it is, then this hair here also has to be that many inches. This hair over the ear has to be that many inches. What I suggest that you do to keep it nice and easy, I call these flat points and angle points. You've got your flat points here at the nape, directly over the ear, not behind the ear. Okay. This hair here is an angle, okay? So I would put that out of the way and I'd cut my ear, okay? Drop it back down again. And then go over here to the front, in the front of the head. Hold it, don't hold it real tight like this. You see, that's too much tension, and look at how much it pops up. You'll lose an entire inch of hair if you hold it too tight, okay? What I suggest you do is hold it out this way, okay? Find what your measurement is supposed to be, bring it out to there, and then cut, okay? And then you've got your other ear, and then your angles. This is an angle here, and this is an angle here, and then the area behind the ear, this area here, okay? And then this area here, okay? Then cut your angles to the same degree. In the front of the head, you'll take this hair here, it's on the angle, and pull it out this way, okay? That would be 0 degree from where it is, okay? A perimeter is always cut at 0 degree, okay? So we're going to bring it out to whatever your number is, 6 inches, okay? And then cut. It doesn't matter that I'm cutting 4 inches off here and I cut 1/3 of an inch back here. Because it's not how much you cut off, how much did you leave on? That's what matters, okay? How much did you leave on? And I want to leave 5.5 inches on the head, so I'm going to measure it out to 5.5 inches and cut, okay? And then do the same on this side and then this side. That way you've got, let's see, in the nape you might have 1, maybe 2 cuts in the nape, 1 over the ear, maybe 2 in the bang area, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 little whacks with the razor. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, you should get it done lickety split. Get done your perimeter, okay? Then you can set your razor down, okay? On a paper towel for your used equipment, okay? From there, take a section in the back of the head, and you can drop down both sides right at the occipital. You see the hair here? I just want to show something here. It's easier with the hair down here. Here is the occipital bone right here, where it starts curving in. You see the angle there? That's 90 degrees. Okay? So I'd be holding that hair that's a little high. There you go. If you're ever in doubt as to whether or not you're holding that hair at 90 degrees, take this comb and stand it on end. Okay? Whatever angle that is coming off of that head, that is 90 degrees. Okay? Drop down your first section, divide into 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? Take your first section, and you're going to have to use your bottom perimeter guide here. It's about the only time you're going to use your perimeter guide, other than to cross-check. Okay? Because you're going to use a traveling guide throughout the whole rest of the head. If you're not using a traveling guide, you're going to lose that point. Okay? So we're going to hold this hair down here at 90 degrees, find our bottom perimeter, and look, I've only got this much hair after that perimeter drops, this much hair to cut at 90 degrees. So I'm gonna cut that off. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna take a piece of what I just cut, join it to my next third, hold that hair in the middle of that third. Does that make sense? Do you understand what I mean? Here, I'm gonna make a drawing on the board. Here.
I understand like kind of what you're saying, but you went like you made the motion of using the razor again, but we're using shears now,
I was
correct?
cutting. I didn't, oh yeah, you're gonna cut.
Okay.
I'm sorry. You're gonna cut with shears. Let me move my fingers right. Okay. If, let's see. Here's the back of the head, here's the occipital bone, okay? And down here, this is your guide. Okay? So this is the one section, here's the parting in the middle. We're gonna drop this into 1, 2, 3 sections. Okay? We're gonna take this hair here and use the bottom guide at 40, it looks like 45, but it's actually 90 because the way the head cups under. Okay? So we're gonna hold that one out at 90 degrees and cut, and then take a little bit of this section, okay, using that as the guide for this section, but hold that subsection in the middle of that subsection. If you hold it over here, it's gonna be off, because you're gonna drag this hair from here all the way over to there. You're gonna drag it a full inch. Okay, and that's going to knock off your layers a minuscule amount to start with. But by the time you're done, you're 1.5 inches off. Okay? By the time you're done the whole head, if you keep on doing that, dragging over, then you're going to be way off. So always hold your subsection in the middle, or in the middle of that subsection. Okay? And that would be down here below the occipital. Here's the occipital. That's at what looks like 45, but it's actually 90. Okay? Because we're doing a 90-degree cut with the scissors. And then you drop this section, take a little bit of that section, and then hold that subsection in the middle of this subsection. Bring it all together and cut there. Do not pick up your guide. The guide that's right here, remember that perimeter guideline here? Don't pick that up. You can use that to cross-check what you cut. Okay? Make sure you're kind of balanced. Make it work. You know, if it's off by a little bit, then kind of move that hair over like this and just take that little corner off. And it should be just a little corner if you cut it properly. Okay, like 1/4 inch maybe? 1/8 of an inch. Okay? Do the same thing over here, and then remember, after the haircut, you have perm. We have to roll 6 rods in the center back of the head after in the perm, directly after the haircut. If you cut your haircut wonky in the center back of the head, you're going to screw yourself on your perm. Okay, so I want you to pick up this the center of the back of the head. Okay, that section, and cross-check. Make it work. Okay, if it's a little bit off, just keep moving. Straighten it out and keep on moving. Okay, don't bother trying to go back and see where did I go wrong, unless it's really, really wrong. If it's blending okay, but it's off just a little bit, don't get yourself all caught up in, well, it's off by 1/8 of an inch. Okay? Don't freak out over that here. Okay? Just make this center back even. You don't have time to go back and find out where is my mistake.
How long was the haircut?
You only have 40 minutes from start to finish, from unpacking the bag to sweeping up the floor, sanitizing and raising hand. Okay? So, you all know how to cut hair really well. Don't lose your mind over this. Okay? You know how to cut hair well. You know how to give a balanced haircut. Don't doubt your talent, okay, and your skill, okay? It's not gonna be that much off, if it's off at all. I'll bet you it's gonna be perfect. I'll bet you, okay? So, that's basically it. Like, and what that looks like on the head, okay, I did that here. You need to come in where I'm not blocking you. Okay, we cut this section in the middle of that subsection. Take a little piece of that subsection, join it to here, leave that perimeter laying out there, okay? Pull it out here and cut at your number, whatever you cut your perimeter to, okay? Cut it there, and your guide, if you can't see your guide, all you have to do is fold the hair over your finger like that, and your guide will be poking right up, okay? If you have a nice even guide. Okay, like see here? It's not real apparent. Can I cut this?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna cut it to what this is, okay? So, what that looks like, these are not left-handed, are they?
No.
Okay. Okay. There's my guide. See that hair poking up? I folded it over my finger. There's that hair poking up. Okay, now I know where to cut. Boom. Boom. Okay? Drop it. Move right on over to here. Don't even check it. Doesn't matter. Move over to here. Your goal is to get this blended and even. Center back of the head. You know, your ultimate goal is having your entire haircut blended and even, but this is what really matters so that you don't lose points on your perm as well. Okay? So we take this section and we divide it into thirds. There. So we should have 1, 2, 3 cuts. Okay? Pick up this section, which was our first section that we cut. Pick up part of that, that's our guide, and you might want to stand on this side of it so that you can fold it over this way and see where your guide is. Can you see that? Okay? So you hold it out here at 90 degrees. Well, make sure your doll is heads up, okay? So that you know exactly where 90 degrees is, okay? And then find your guide. Make sure that you're holding that subsection in the middle of that subsection. Right in the middle there. Remember, like I showed here on the board? Make sure you're holding it in the middle, not dragging it over to here, or pulling it over this way towards you, okay? And not taking this whole big section and pulling it over this way, okay? That will add way too much hair, or way too much length to that subsection, okay? Right in the middle of that subsection. These subsections are approximately 1 inch wide, okay? If you cut it in the center of that inch, you're going to be fine. It's going to be blended and even. I promise you that. Okay? So we cut this section, drop that section, take a little bit of that, pick up the middle subsection, pull it into the center of that, cut, drop, and move on over to here, which means you're going to have to move your feet, or else you're going to be swinging that hair over to here. Okay, if you stand still right behind the head, I'm going to be pulling that hair to here, and what started out as 5.5 inches is now 7 inches. Okay, so make sure that you shift yourself around that doll head to here. Okay, so that you can see where to cut. Okay, once you've done that, then you can drop down another chunk of hair. You can make your section about this big, okay? Right about here, okay? More than that is too much hair to hold in between your fingers, okay? Can you see that? What about there? okay? About an inch and a half, or so,
If we were to
okay,
ask
or
if you
so.
could help me do that, because I always grab too much hair and then have to go back and check it.
Then don't, take notes, and practice this.
How many inches did you say?
Right there. Where it's on the table.
One,
Okay?
1 to 1.5.
Huh?
1 inch.
Yeah, yeah. More than that is too much hair to hold, and the hair changes, the 90 degrees changes every inch. Okay?
You'll be in
So,
that next subsection, kind of, sort of, so it'll be a little bit shorter.
yeah, like, see here, here is here, okay? Here is here, right in between there. So, take that down. Now, right above that, it's up a little bit higher, okay? It's actually kind of straight out, right there, okay? An inch higher, it's there. It's not straight out, it's there, okay? And then there, and then there. None of it is there until you get to the very top of the head at the apex, okay? So watch your elevation angles, because they're watching where you elevate to, okay? And this is how you can get through the haircut. Cut it perfectly to their standard and keep all your points, every last one of them, including elevation angle, okay? Because they're watching to see, are you holding it at the proper elevation, okay? So if you grab this whole bunch of hair here and cut that because it all kind of fits, and then go back and go like this, and then go back and go like this, then go back and go like this, you've probably recut your guide three or four times, okay, by doing it that way. You've wasted time by doing it that way, and your elevation angle was wrong, okay? So you're losing time and you're losing points on elevation angle, and it'll probably be off as far as blended and even throughout. Okay? Whereas if this method works in that it gives you a very, very strict method to follow. It's step by step. Okay? All the way throughout the haircut. Step by step. Hold the subsection in the center of that subsection. Take a little bit from the previous section for your traveling guide. All those basics that you've learned. Remember, they're looking at, do you know your basics? Not, are you a fancy hair cutter and can cut like this and like this and like this? Okay? They want to see, do you know your basics? Do you know your elevation angles? Okay, so you need to demonstrate that you do know them. Okay? When you get to the side of the head, it goes even faster. Okay? Because you're going to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth across the back of the head. And then once you're done the entire back of the head, before I get to the side of the head, I'm sorry. My first time being filmed, I don't have a script. So here, I've got my top sectioned off exactly the width of a perm rod. Okay? So I can just go down like this, right there, and like this. Okay? And take this section and go like here, even. Look at this. Am I blended and even? If it's a little bit off, fix it. Okay? Drop that, take another chunk. Hold it out in the middle of that subsection that you take, and look how wide that is. That's too wide for a perm rod, at least for a purple, which is what you're probably going to use at boards. Okay? That's like an inch and a half or an inch and a quarter. Okay? Just take a big old chunk of hair that you can easily manage just to do a quick cross check. Okay? Is it blended and even enough to be able to put it into perm papers without pieces hanging out? Okay? Can you roll that easily enough? And that's all you're checking. Okay? like so. Like this is a little bit crooked here. So what Mandy would do here, she'd hold it out to there and cut this off, right here. Even if it doesn't match what's over here, it doesn't matter at that point. Because now you're at 30 minutes into your haircut, or well, let's say 20 minutes, and you still have 3 sections to cut. You don't have time to go back and find out where was my error, how did I get longer over here. Don't worry about it. Chances are they'll miss it on checking, on their check. If you get this nice and blended and even, because they're going to check this way and this way and this way. Okay? Generally speaking, they also may check here and here, the 2 points. Okay? If you've ever had me check one of your haircuts, that's where I check. Okay? The points. I go to the points first, and then I look at it. I say, where's there a heavy spot? Okay? Where's there a weight line? Okay? If there are any. If I don't see any, I might just go through with a comb and see where the weight line is. Okay? Oh, there's a weight line right there. I'm going to take that off, okay? And make it blended and even.
Hungry?
Who's eating hair? Okay, so I did a quick cross check. Shouldn't take you more than, say, 25, 30 seconds to do that. Just do it quickly. Check and make sure that you can get that hair in the perm rods easily. Okay? Come on over to the side. And here we can drop down right here. It stays the same all the way to here. Okay, about half of the side. Okay, so drop down half. And this side, you just need to divide into 2. And just do it with your finger. Just stick your finger in there. Divide that thing. Okay? Take a piece from here. There's your guide, your traveling guide. Hold in the middle of that subsection, and it's straight out here on the side, your bottom subsection. Straight out. Make sure that you check your guide this way. Fold that hair over. Make sure that you can see it. Okay, if you can't see it, measure it. Okay? Can't find your guide, just do a quick measure. Let's see, I need 5 inches. Okay, that's going to be there. Okay, and then cut.
So that's how long the hair has to be?
No, that's what number we cut the nape to. Okay. A 90-degree haircut, all the hair on the head is going to be X number of inches long. It'll all be the same. 5 inches. We picked 5 because that's what this measures to. Okay, your number might be 7.